talking to the extraordinary comedian, actor, and mental health advocate. I don't think you'd mind us calling you that, Sam Ridley.
Absolutely
Familiar
not.
face.
Thank you. Hmm.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Sam. And so let's talk career first, and
Let's do that.
everything funny, including the shirt. Um, was it ever difficult to laugh? Like, when did you know? Yeah, I'm funny, and I can bring them in.
It's funny you asked that. 2 nights ago, literally, I'm
Wow.
in my garage. That's my lab now, and I find a box of old pictures. And on the back of one of them is this girl from middle school telling me that I was super funny and I needed to stop making fun of people because it wouldn't help me in the future.
Boy, was she wrong.
I can show you that. And
She need to
yeah,
look at the shirt.
right. But it was interesting that people just thought I was funny that long ago. But I was stationed in, I want to get this right. I was stationed in Italy,
Hmm.
and
And what? Tell people where you
uh,
were.
absolutely Aviano Air Base in Italy, and it was 2009 at the time. And a USO tour. That's where they'll have shows come out to these bases for us
Hmm.
to entertain us. Some comedians came out. One of the comedians up there, he did his jokes. I just kind of stumbled over and went on back. But when we were outside after the show, some friends of mine just wanted to joke me. I was a skinny kid in the military, so I was a very, very easy target, but they just didn't know I was very good with wordplay.
Hmm.
Always been a fan of English language, so it's fun. And the comedian heard me and was like, dude, if you ever go to LA, you have to try this.
Oh wow.
And I said, well, I'm not going to LA, bro. Like, they sending me to Korea after this and somewhere else. And he was like, all right, just promise me if you ever make it out there, you'll hit a stage. And I was like, that's a long shot. I'm from Virginia, but I'll do that. And my orders came like the next month, and I was going to California.
Okay, but Sam, when I hear comedians replay their beginnings and their stories, that's like the scariest thing ever. To jump up on there. I don't know if you're ever prepared, but you could not have been prepared for that. So how does that begin?
No, I wasn't. And I was called all the way out for it,
Oh
all the way
no.
out. And that was the reason I got on stage. It's very interesting you hit me up like right now. Last week in Facebook memories was my 1 year anniversary or 11-year anniversary of starting comedy. And in those memories, I just drove from past Palmdale to Hollywood, and I'm just gonna peep the scene. That was the words I used. I'm just gonna peep the scene. And a military friend of mine, her name is Rashina. She knows this story.
Mhm.
Called me and said, "You didn't drive out there to be a pussy. Call me back when you ready to get on that stage." And I was like, "What?" And she hung up the phone.
I love
Um,
Rashida. Everybody needs a friend like Rashida.
Everybody needs a Sheena. And I called her back. I said, "Really?" She was like, "What you doing? Like, what you mean you gonna watch? You know what comedy looks like."
Wow.
And I got up there and tried it. And now I'm here. Yeah, it's interesting.
But did you get booed? Like, come on, it couldn't have been that easy, right? Like, did you
Oh
get booed
no.
off stage the first time?
Oh
Heckled,
yeah. Oh
drinks thrown?
yeah. Oh yeah. I
Wow.
have a whole folder of videos I refuse to watch that I probably should just as an entertainer to get my own material out of. But
Yeah.
it is a very, very difficult process. I remember getting cussed out after a show. Um as a white lady in Barstow. And
The original Karen.
she was fat, and I was
Mm.
doing big girl jokes, and she was like, "I don't smell like wet
Oh,
Cheerios," and
oh,
she ran off because she took it personal.
right. And then
But I
people said,
had,
yeah.
but I finished talking about me though, and everybody laughed. People have this switch inside of them where, oh, that's not funny because it's about me, you
Hmm.
know? Yeah.
I read where you said, you want to be the best ever, but not Kevin Hart, not Dave Chappelle. Explain like what you meant. Like, what is your guiding star, I guess? What do you aspire to be in this realm?
The more that I learn in this comedy realm, the more I realize that it's so multifaceted. It's very hard to go, this is what I want to do. You can say you don't want to do TikTok and you don't want to do Instagram. You just want to be funny, and it's just not the business. I can't see myself wanting to emulate Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart, even though I admire them
Sure.
because they're already there.
Mhm.
You know, like I can't be that, and I don't want to be that. I want to be the first Sam Ridley that everybody remembers, not them.
Mhm. What about acting? Because, being funny in front of a live audience and feeding off that energy, I imagine, is one thing. Doing take after take and being funny, with a crew there and a director and guidance, that's an art form. That's a special thing too. What's the difference?
Um, I've only been on movie sets a few times and a few TV shows, and it is a completely different animal. But I feel like all of us have a different artistic talent that does the same thing.
Hmm.
It catches you, you know. And so it gave me something as a comedian to see Mr. Snyder and Henry Cavill like on the set talking to each other and building this thing that seems impossible. And that's what jokes are for me.